You know, I gave my life to Christ 2 years and some months ago. The very best decision I ever took in my whole life. You know, it has not all been smooth. It has not all been rosy. But I thank God for the grace that has seen me and carried me through. Fast forward to months after I made that decision, I found myself coming back to my same old struggles. You know, what my spirit willed to do, my flesh took over and controlled. You know, Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 7 verse 15, I want to do what is right, but instead I do what I hate. And in verse 24 he said, oh, what a miserable man that I am. Who will save me from this life dominated by sin and death? I would cry, I would pray, I would fight, but it seems like the flesh seemed stronger. It overpowered me. But in all these things, one thing kept me going. I remember somewhere in the scripture it says, a righteous man will fall 7 times and he will still rise. I determined in my heart that no matter how many times I fall, how many times I fail, I would cry out to my Father, Abba, Father, I'm never going to give up on you because you never gave up on me. I remember in your word you said you were never going to leave me, you were never going to forsake me. I accepted my weakness. I realized I couldn't fight. They were there. But I knew I was only going to do one thing, and that was to run harder towards God. You know, in Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1, Apostle Paul says, let us strip ourselves of every weight that slows us down, and strip ourselves of every sin that so entangle us, and run the race that was set before us by the Father. Then I ran, and I ran, and ran. Then all of a sudden, I began to notice the weight became lighter. You know, Jesus Christ said, come to me, all ye that are labored and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Thank God that His grace has been sufficient. Each day is a battle I have to fight. A day I have to drop my will for His. A day I have to run harder. A day I have to find my function in His body. A day I have to keep receiving from the source. A day I let Him be my Lord. You know, I share this story for some of you who may share my same experience. We live in a world where it is difficult to maintain focus on the Lord. We live in a world full of distraction, sex, money, fame, passion, and its pleasures. We live in a world of total chaos. Good is called bad, and bad is called good. We live in a world manipulated by the adversary. He goes to and fro, looking for who to devour. But thank God to Jesus Christ, who came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So I encourage you to run and run harder towards the things of the Father and farther away from the things of this world. Run with all your might, your strength, and your soul. Pursue after the things of the Lord with passion, and let the zeal for the Father consume you.